Are you guys looking for a very strong fragrance that will last you for a hell of a long time? Hey guys, Matt here and welcome to my fragrance obsession. Now before I start this review, I just want to apologize for the noise outside. I have to have my window open because it is a very, very hot night here in the north of England. But I really do hope you're all doing very, very well nevertheless. Now, in tonight's video... Stop there, thank God for that. Now, in tonight's video, I'm going to go back to the house... Okay, the house that we're going to go back to is Ted Lapidus, to this fragrance which actually came out in 2015. Now the fragrance that we are going to review tonight is Lapidus Pour Homme Gold Extreme. Now a lot of you might not have heard of this fragrance. In fact, a lot of you might not have actually heard of the house of Ted Lapidus. They're a very hidden fragrance house. They were very big in the 1970s for their menswear. They made a lot of like button-up shirts and jeans. They were very big in the 1970s for a lot of things like that. These days, not so much. In fact, a lot of their fragrances tend to get ignored. To me, this is a fragrance which definitely does deserve a lot of attention. I cannot believe it's not getting the attention it really deserves. Now, this fragrance is actually a flanker to the original Lapidus Pour Homme, which is this one right here, which came out in 1987. This one is one of my all-time favorite powerhouses. Absolutely love this fragrance. It's in a league of its own in terms of masculine fragrances. I absolutely love this one. So if you guys have checked this one out, you need to, because it's absolutely incredible. So we are going to be talking about the flanker, which of course is the Gold Extreme. Now I got this bottle off my very good friend Carl from Reçoit Parfum. Carl, thank you so much for this fragrance, man, and along with all of the other fragrances. I actually really like this fragrance. Please let me know in the comments below why you didn't like this one, because to me this is actually a pretty decent frag. And yeah, just let me know, because I would love to know what, really made you get rid of this fragrance. To me, this is incredible, and there's a lot of reasons why it is incredible. I'm going to go into those in a second. So yeah, what we're going to do is let's just go ahead and talk about the presentation for Lapidus Pour Homme Gold Extreme by Ted Lapidus. Here we go. Now this bottle design is really, really nice. It is obviously inspired by the original Lapidus Pour Homme, which came out in 1987, so the bottle design hasn't really changed, but there are a few changes in terms of this one. It is all gold. We get black up here with TL for Ted Lapidus, which of course is the very famous Ted Lapidus logo. We get Lapidus Pour Homme Gold Extreme underneath there, and we get Ted Lapidus Paris right there. And this is an eau de toilette concentration, 100 ml, Parfums Ted Lapidus, made in France, 3.3 fluid ounce, 75% volume. So yeah, really nice bottle design. I will spray the fragrance on my skin very soon, but it is literally just an updated version of this fragrance right here. I mean, the Lapidus Pour Homme, it's sort of dated looking writing, eau de toilette, Ted Lapidus, just all that stuff under there. So, it is a nice bottle design, I'm not gonna lie. I think I obviously prefer the original bottle design to this one, but it's still nice for what it is. I mean, it could come across as being a little bit tacky, but for what it is, it gets the job done. So guys, that is literally the presentation for Lapidus Pour Homme Gold Extreme by Ted Lapidus. Now, when I first smelt this fragrance, a lot of things were going through my mind. One of the things that did actually go through my mind was just how unbelievable this fragrance is. Like, there's not really a lot of words to really describe it apart from the best, possibly the greatest ever in terms of in today's world. This fragrance is possibly one of the greatest partying fragrances I've ever smelled. Seriously, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the original Lapidus is just, it's so unique. It's an amazing scent anyway, but this version, just equally as awesome. I absolutely love this stuff. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the notes for this fragrance, okay? Pretty decent sprayer. It's built-in atomizer, gets the job done right, gives you a good amount of juice. How does it smell? Here we go. Oh, love it. We get the notes in the top: pink grapefruit, pink pepper, and cardamom. So when I smell this fragrance, okay, I get this slightly boozy, very sweet, zesty, sugary, candy-like smell. Definitely reminds me of, fragrances like Paco Rabanne 1 Million, Invictus, Homme, I think not in terms of the smell, but mostly for the strength. This fragrance is absolutely nuclear. It is just so strong. I mean, I've sprayed it twice. That's probably way too much. But it's just so, so nice. It doesn't have any similarities to the original Lapidus, like whatsoever. The original Lapidus opens up with this beautiful pineapple note, lavender. It's also got tobacco in there. So it's a very strong masculine scent. This one is masculine, but it's more on the soft side. Of course, it is meant to be a, more recent, more modern version, interpretation of the original Lapidus, so I can see why. But it does have a soft side to it. And I think that the combination between that pink grapefruit and the pink pepper in the opening just makes this fragrance smell just slightly boozy. It gives it that boozy characteristic, but it also gives it this medicinal smell. It's only like 1 million in terms of its strength, okay? That's the one good thing about Paco Rabanne 1 million is its strength. And as you guys know, I absolutely despise that fragrance, so we're not going to talk too much about 1 million. It doesn't really resemble anything like the color. It doesn't really give off a gold sort of characteristic. To me, this one smells like a very sweet, very fruity, little bit boozy, very zesty grapefruit, with a very mellow but a little bit spicy pink pepper underneath. And the cardamom gives this fragrance a very nice powdery feel. So the fragrance itself, as soon as you spray it, is very, very nice. Very nice, actually. I think if you like citrus notes and you do like sweet fragrances, this is just a great scent to go for, because it really reminds you of going out on the town, going to a lot of nightclubs. That's the type of smell that this is. So in the middle notes, we get the notes of nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, and orange. So you do get a lot of orange, if I'm honest with you. You pretty much get that orange from literally the first initial spray once it's on your skin. It's kind of like an orange and grapefruit combination. But the nutmeg and the clove really gives this fragrance an earthy feel. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of this, medicine that my mum used to give me when I was a kid. That's what it reminds me of. It's so different. But if you take that away from the fragrance, it just smells like a pretty fruity fragrance that is just stocked up on steroids of sugar with a sort of powdery floral smell. That's what it gives off. Apart from that, decent fragrance. I mean, I do like the medicinal edge, but sometimes it does come across as a bit strange. So, not too bad at this point. But cinnamon is another note that I get very, very strongly in this fragrance. It isn't like your typical cinnamon stick. This one reminds me of a cinnamon sort of flavoring, which is very sweet. Kind of like the kind you get in like a jawbreaker candy or something like that, like a cinnamon kind. Now, let's just get onto the Drydown. Now, in terms of the notes in the Drydown, we get amber, vanilla, leather, and vetiver. Now, first of all, I just want to say that I really do like the notes in this fragrance. I think they all really contrast well with each other because, you get that very sweet, spicy, sort of zesty grapefruit smell with that pepper underneath. And then after about 2 hours, you do get more of that clove and nutmeg with a little bit more of a sweet cinnamon smell. But the orange, which is in the middle notes, you definitely get that in terms of the top. But the Drydown, this fragrance lasts, okay, first of all, this fragrance lasts for about 10 hours on my skin, okay? Like I said, it's nuclear stuff, behaves more like an eau de parfum than it does an eau de toilette, without a doubt. But the Drydown consists mostly of a very, very rich amber. I don't really get anything else, literally. I don't really get much vanilla, I don't really get much leather, nor do I really get much vetiver. To me, this is literally just an amber bomb in the Drydown. It's sensational because to me, I mean, I love the note of amber anyway, so the Drydown in this fragrance is just perfect. It's very sweet, it's a little bit oriental, but you do still get all of the other notes in the fragrance. They just obviously mellow down and you're left with that amber. So I think that this would be a perfect fragrance for a night out on the town. I think it's a great evening fragrance. It's a great fragrance to really dress up and, really get out there, I think. I think if you want somebody to notice you, this is a great fragrance to go for because, like I said, it's just so strong. Like, if you spray this, it's going to fill a room. So when my mum comes to bed, because obviously this is their bedroom, when they come to bed, they are going to smell Ted Lapidus Gold Extreme. It's a nice smell, so why not? But, yeah, great fragrance, guys. The only problem is that I've noticed with this, and I think this is what makes me feel even more pleased and more honored to really receive this fragrance from Carl, is the fact that this fragrance actually goes for very expensive. It goes for like 60 odd quid online, which I don't know why, because considering the original goes for like 15 quid, doesn't make sense. But this fragrance is actually pretty pricey. So if you can find this fragrance, or you do already have it in your collection, please do let me know your thoughts on it, guys, because I'd love to know what you think of this fragrance. Because, you know, I think that this is just literally the perfect fragrance for the guy who likes the Homme, likes the 1 Millions, the Invictus, or anything else that's on today's market. This is a great fragrance. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please do let me know what you think of it in the comments below, and I hope you do check this one out. Or if you have any questions, guys, in terms of fragrance related content, please do let me know in those comments, and I will definitely get back to you. Also, I just want to really, and I mean really, apologize from the bottom of my heart for not commenting back on any of you guys in the last few weeks. I really do want to apologize for that. It's not that I'm ignoring you, because I don't like to ignore people. I don't want to come across as a rude person in any sort of way. So as soon as possible, I will definitely comment back on every single comment you guys have done. And another thing I want to mention is the fact that I will be doing a video soon based on every single fragrance in my entire collection. Because I know a lot of you have been wondering, where is that video? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because, I haven't exactly been updated and, straightforward with you guys, because I've been a download, which, by the way, was absolutely incredible. So let's get that out of the way. But yeah, guys, now let's end this video because I'm sick of hearing my own bullshit. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves, keep smelling good, and thank you so much for watching this episode of my fragrance obsession. That is the end of me, guys. My name is FragranceMatt. See you all in the next episode. Bye!